On the surface, it appears that Monday night's game between Miami and Baltimore will be an offensive show. The last time these two teams met, on October 9th, 73 points were scored with a total offensive output of 792 yards. The Colts won that game 45-28. Baltimore quarterback Burt Jones seems to have his best games against Miami. He's attempted 165 consecutive passes against the Dolphins without an interception for a completion mark of 61%. In that last ill-fated game, Jones mixed his passes well between Raymond Chester, Lydell Mitchell, Don McCauley, and Glenn Dowdy as he completed 18 of 30 for 190 yards. As we pointed out in our last Baltimore report prior to the October meeting, tight end Chester seems to be the Dolphins' nemesis, and he may be again with Miami strong safety Charlie Babb out with an injury. Everything is riding on this game for both clubs, and it seems that whenever these two teams meet, the outcome is critical. A couple of things are worth noting at this time. Baltimore is coming off a disappointing loss to Denver, while Miami, well-rested but injury-riddled, is coming off one of its most successful outings in their total domination of St. Louis. So from an emotional standpoint, Miami has got the edge. They also have an edge in one other department, Monday night games. Since the inception of that concept, the Dolphins are 9-2. So everything points to a great contest, the winner standing an excellent chance of going to the playoffs.
So we watched the team work out tonight. They certainly seem to be in a very good frame of mind, pretty loose.
Well, I wouldn't say there's so much that they're loose, John, but I think they're in a good frame of mind. We've had a good week of practice, and we know that this is a big ball game, and I think our club is ready to play.
They had a good week of practice despite that tough loss to Denver last week.
Well, that's right. It was a tough loss for us, and the important thing, I think, after a loss is, or any time that you lose, is that whether you're able to bounce back or not, and I feel that we are.
You had a couple injuries out of that game with Lydell Mitchell and Roosevelt Leaks. A little question about how they're coming along.
I think right at this point, John, we're at full strength. All of our people are healthy. Lydell missed a couple of days of practice, but he's, I would say, 100% at this point.
It's kind of a funny situation coming down. It seems this one big game. Do you like it to coming down like this? Or obviously, you'd probably like to be further ahead.
Well, I think, John, any time that you're fighting for a playoff position, I think it always comes down to one big ball game. And I think this is that ball game for Miami, and it's the ball game for us as to the team that will get into the playoffs. And I think that's probably normal for any time that you're contending for a playoff berth.
Do you think these teams might be a little tight coming out, or are we going to see a wide-open game like we saw the first time you met?
Well, you never know exactly what's going to take place. I think before the game, it could be a 35-34 ball game, or it could be a 3-0 ball game. I don't think anybody can predict exactly what's going to take place.
Well, yeah, we're definitely more aggressive. We got more personnel to work with, so therefore we can be aggressive. We don't have to sit on it. We have been conservative early in the season, but now is the point where we have to throw everything up in there and come out with the best results because we've got the personnel and we just got to, do our best job. Everybody's playing good ball and everybody's ready and will be ready and will be up for this game. So therefore, we must do the same thing against Baltimore that we did against St. Louis.
Against St. Louis, you caught a big touchdown pass, a long one. You worked especially hard on your receiving. Everybody felt that you were a good blocker. You are a better receiver. You've proven that this year, but it doesn't seem like they're getting the ball to you that much.
Well, then again, that is true, but the thing about it is you have to look at the fact that Bob is throwing to the backs. He's throwing to Dario and Nat and Freddie, and the thing about it is they are outstanding receivers, and, they are capable of making the play go a long way, if they catch a ball in a short distance and then they take it a long way. So therefore, I haven't got as many passes, but I'm glad for the ones that I have gotten, and I want to be able to get more, during the stretch, in this crucial situation.
Well, I think Miami is real good in the sense that they won't let you really isolate any one person, especially since they are hurt, so-called, in a couple of places. They probably will cover up with coverage and defensive slants and lines and things like that, so that we can't really just attack a certain person on the football field. And what we have to do is just go out and hope we have the right play call and get the execution, and if it works, pick up the yards and score points.
Do you think any chance that this game might be as wide open as the first meeting you had this year?
It's really hard to say. I never tried to think of it that way, whether it would be or not, but I anticipate a lot of offense. Of course, with Bob Greasy on the other side playing with Miami, he's going to play good football because he always does, and so I anticipate a lot of offense. I don't know how much scoring there will be. It's a beautiful day, great weather, and that all contributes to having a good day offensively.
This is the biggest game this year. This is the biggest game that we've had in a couple of years here, and I guarantee I'm excited. And I know that we're pumped up and ready to play a good football game, and I'm sure that they will be too, and I think it ought to be a fine game to watch.
You have to, of course, face Burt Jones, and he just seems to play super against this team.
Yeah, he does. Both he and Chester seem to have good nights against us. But I think the defense has come a long way since the last time we played them up in Baltimore. And Foot, when you're playing against the best, I think you get up a little bit more, just like we used to do for OJ. You know, we get a little bit more excited, and there'd be a little bit more hustle around the ball. And I think that hopefully we'll have that same thing when we face the Colts.
Do you look for a wide open game like you had the first one up in Baltimore?
Baltimore's got an explosive football team. And depending on how Lydell is and how Leaks is, you know, that could make a difference. But there's going to be some points scored, and obviously I feel like we'll score more than they will.
77 for the NFL. On 2nd and 7. Easy with a lot of time, and that Moore's open. Oh, yeah. Beautiful catch. Miami on the scoreboard. Easy holds both backs in. Fires into Tillman's hands, on his hands, intercepted. Tom McLeod. He is around the ball, was caught. McLeod did. 27-yard field goal attempt, Tony Leonard. It's good. And Baltimore takes another short kick. A reverse. And coming wide is number 80, that's Louard McCrary. The ball at the 42-yard line of Baltimore. Leroy Harris, right side. Big hole, and he gets the first down and more. Moving inside the 6-3. Greasy, running back all night. Finds the open man is Kerry Davis. Davis inside the 15. The ball at the 15. There it is. Over the middle to the big tight end. And Tillman holds on this time and gets the 6. He really made up for it, didn't he? Yep. Jones to the air. Ford puts the pressure on. Fires over the middle. He is out. Jones with the man open. It's McCulley. Nobody picks up McCulley and goal. 4-yard line. Roosevelt leaps back in. Throws in. Bobbles the ball in the end zone. That'll be a touchdown. Morris comes. They still have a shot. Miami on 1st and 10. The ball goes to Leroy Harris. Turn out the light. Beautiful cut back there. He'll go all the way. Leroy Harris. Touchdown. What fun. What fun. 77 yards. Leroy Harris right the middle. Couldn't find it. Broke to the outside.
The fan support, the electricity out there in the Orange Bowl was just a night to remember, and we got it done with that tremendous support. And we hoped after Baltimore beat us in Baltimore when they had the great second half that we could stay close so that when we played Baltimore again that the game would be meaningful. And it couldn't be any more meaningful than the game tonight. And our football team prevailed, and now we're the team that's in control. What can you say? I'm just so proud of the defense, shutout, the young people that played defensively, the tremendous pressure going against a fine offensive group like the Colts. Disappointed that we didn't get the interception, but we had a couple of them bounce off of our hands. And offensively, we had some great scoring opportunities early and didn't take advantage of them, missed 2 field goals. But Leroy Harris got us out of a jam with that fantastic effort. I guess the longest run in Dolphin history. So Leroy's going to have a lot of those for us.
It seems what's even more incredible about the defense is Toll went down, and Chambers, everybody just seemed to pick up the slack when he went out.
Well, this has been the story. You know, Heinz for Denherter did an outstanding job, and then Rusty, when Toll went out, stepped in there and did a good job. And the guys were hitting, and we knew that the hitting was there right from the beginning. And we were upset because we didn't capitalize and score more points in that first half. But Baltimore's tough defensively, too, and, you know, they forced a lot of errors. So we'll take the win. We're very happy about it, and we got New England in a hurry.
Our first game ball, had a pretty good game against Cincinnati, and I was expecting to get the game ball there, which we lost, and they don't give a game ball, you know, a losing call. But I'm proud of it and to receive this.
Leroy, you've had some good games, and you always seem to say afterwards you could have done better. Now I want you to tell me tonight, straight in the face, that you could have done better tonight.
Well, I could have done better tonight on a couple of plays, you know, on my blocking assignment. I missed a few blocks that I wish I could have go back and redo. But I think I could have done better in my blocking situation.
Maybe you could explain a little bit the play and exactly what happened on your long run.
Well, the play is a P10 where the quarterback just turned around and handed the ball straight up the middle to the fullback, which it was done, and I ran into some heavy traffic up there and broke a few tackles and broke to the outside. I picked up a block from Daryl Harris, and I made a cutback on a block from Nat Moe that took me all the way.
What was going through your mind at the time?
Well, at the time, to get to that goal line and score this touchdown.
In the last couple of weeks, the guys has just been really giving it all that we've got, because we know that every game is really a must game. You know, if we hold back, we might be holding back until next year. So we just putting out right now.
The feeling out there on the field tonight, the closeness of the defense, it must have been incredible.
Yes, it was. You know, I mean, it makes the whole team feel good when everybody's giving 100%. And hey, that's the key, is just giving it 100%. When you do that, you know, you just shut down the things that they try to do, and that's what we did tonight.
What has turned it around for this club, do you feel, Larry?
Well, I don't know. It's just you know, the unity. I mean, it's a lot of young guys on the team that, you know, has never had the fame and fortune of being, you know, in the Super Bowl or in the playoffs, you know, and this is...
You haven't either, right?
Hey, that is right, you know, and this is what's in my eyes, you know. I'm looking for the playoffs and maybe even the Super Bowl.
We're back where we want to be, and, you know, it's up to us from here on in. We got New England and Buffalo here, so you know, it's like we've been saying, all we want to be is where we can control our own destiny, and we're at that point now.
That's what I was going to ask you. It must be good to know that it's up to you now. You can't depend on anybody else. If you want to get to the playoffs, it's up to you.
That's true. You know, that's all we can ask for. You know, we can't expect anybody else to do our job. You know, if we want to be there, we've got to do it. You know, we know what kind of offense we have. We know what kind of defense we have. And, it's, you know, we've been saying all along that if we get better every week, that we'll be there at the end, and it's proven so.
Are you a little surprised how well this club is doing?
No, not at all. You know, we've got a lot of great athletes here and a lot of guys that are working hard to get the job done.
I think the people are jumping on the bandwagon now that we're winning, and we're glad to have them. We're trying to prove ourselves. I think we've come a long way in proving ourselves. We still got to do it against New England next week and Buffalo the week after to get in the playoffs. By no means do we have our job completed as far as getting in the playoffs, and this is our goal from day one in training camp. So we still got a way to go, but we're pleased thus far for our effort.
You know, it's unbelievable. It's no matter how well this club does, you still feel inside, you deep inside, that you have some things to prove to some people, because you say some people are jumping on the bandwagon now. Shula said to the writers when they came in, where were you when we played Seattle?
Well, you know, we were written off, and after last year, you know, we had such a bad year that, everybody figured there's no way we could bounce back this year, especially with all the young players on defense. But you got to give the coaches a lot of credit, and the guys in there are doing the job, especially all the young players. And you know, the offense is starting to come alive right now, and they're controlling the football like they used to, and the back's running hard, and Grease is throwing with confidence, and I think the defense keeps getting better. Although we're losing a lot of key players, we're just going to do the job anyway with the people we have. We have good replacements, so you know, we feel real good about our situation, but we're not satisfied that we're in the playoffs.
Some kind of a double. You saw Norm Thompson let him go to Blackwood back there. One of the things that you say a lot of times is if you see a rookie get a lot of interceptions, that means one of two things. He's playing well, which is probably true, but they're also throwing at him an awful lot. That time, if the ball had been laid up a little bit more out in front, but he is a fine receiver, as is Norm Bullock. All right, there he went for a little quick audible. The out to this side, and missed it. Over the hands of Duriel Harris. It'll be outside the 40. He's 5 of 7 from inside the 40. Miami on the scoreboard. They lead the Baltimore Colts 3-0. A 27-yard field goal, 7:25 in the first quarter. We'll be right back. A 32-yard attempt. Troop holds. We have a tie ball game. 32-yard field goal matches Garo Yepremian's 27-yard effort. 2:01 remaining in the first quarter. We'll be back at a jam-packed Orange Bowl right after this message. Out and Stan White recover this field like they might be not the toughest around, but here McLeod with the pickoff. But Stan White, his opposite side linebacker, has 7 interceptions. They are hustlers. Mitchell and Don McCauley are the setbacks. There he over the middle, out of the way. Intended for Raymond Chester. He does not hold on. Isn't that interesting? That appeared to be there too. He drops the ball. Let's see if we can get another look at it. Chester has been having all kinds of trouble so far tonight trying to get past Kim Bokamp. I'll tell you, Bert Jones is saying to himself, I could have caught it for you. He couldn't have put it in there better. He fouled him all the way, Frank. You could. But did. McLeod did. 27-yard field goal attempt. Tony Leonard. It's good. And Baltimore takes the lead. 3 field goals. 6-3 by Baltimore. College football coming up this Saturday. Beautiful. That is a fun play, Howard. Oh, I love it. Yeah. And you know who used this play better a couple of years ago than any other team? Your former team, the Dallas Cowboys, with Tom Henderson on the receiving end of the reverse. We'll be right back. 12:52, nobody touches it. That's Lyle Blackwood, 44 that he hit. It's good. Miami retakes the lead. 10-6 as we look one more time at Bob Greasy, who picks up Andre Tillman instantly. Saw it. Nobody got him, Frank. That was a missed assignment, I would think. He really ran over Blackwood and went into the end zone. And we'll be right back. See, Bob is right there. Carries it way out. He should never do that. Norris Thomas took it out of his hands. Cole came up with it. And no one's really touched him there, Frank. He's knocked down by his own man, Thomas again. You see Bert Jones get knocked down over here. He's coming back over to get into the pile. Ball. Gary Davis pops it up. Wait a minute. I believe Baltimore has it. Nelson Muncie, I believe. Yes, it is. Number 31 recovers for Baltimore. Gary Davis fumbled. He never had control either. It's a warm night, and I believe the wrist of the ball carriers may be sweating a great deal. And that ball just keeps sliding through. Andre Tillman had a good shot at it right there. He really did. I thought he had it. And Muncie, you're right. 31. To the top of the screen. He's going down. He's trying to get into that deep middle, about a 15, 17 yards over the linebackers. your same stroke. A diving effort. Now he has to come down with both feet in bounds. Well, he moved it. Oh, what do you mean? Well, nobody's perfect. Well, they don't play to be perfect. You will hear about this tomorrow. That wasn't close.
I don't know how many of them are seeing the replay. How could he call that a bad?
Now wait a minute. Did he? He did hold on to the ball. The Premier. He hit earlier from 27. And it's no good. Oh, Garreau. Baltimore dodges another bullet.
Like I said, he's having a tough year.
Club getting ready to go against the Dallas Cowboys. This highlight action in the fourth quarter. Jaworski back to pass. Sacked by number 79, Harvey Martin. That's a club record 23rd sack of the season. And there was a nice little ceremony for it. You're looking at it now. The ball given to Harvey Martin as he trots off the field with it. Gets an ovation from the Cowboy followers. But now, back to the action. Late in the second quarter, the score tied at 7. An old, familiar scene. Starback, back to pass. 288, Drew Pearson, 16 yards. Touchdown, Dallas ahead, 14-7. The Eagles tied it. It was 14-14, midway in the third quarter. The handoff to the flashy rookie, past Heisman Trophy winner, Tony Dorsett. You're looking at it from ground level. Look at Dorsett go. He's got that loping stride that is at the same time so swift. Picked up 34 yards on that one, setting up an Efren Herrera field goal, 17-14 Dallas. Then early in the fourth quarter, the score still 17-14. Look at Dorsett go. Look at that retention of balance. Now you can measure that stride. Now he's in focus perfectly. There's nobody going to reach that young man. 84 yards, touchdown, Dallas 24, Philadelphia 14. Dorsett 206 yards, a club record. Giants Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Big Red Cardinals against the Giants. The Giants' first possession. This culminated a long drive. The handoff to Sargent to Bobby Hammond. Touchdown. Forget the fumble. He went into the end zone with possession and control. So the play stopped there. The Giants with a surprising 7-0 lead. The Big Red overwhelming favorites. But early in the third quarter, the Giants were still clinging to a 10-7 lead. And Jim Hart made the mistake of the game. Bad pass. Picked off by Billy Bryant from Grambling State. He scoots 54 yards down the sideline. Touchdown. The Giants routed. Yes, routed the Cardinals 27-7. Cards and Redskins both at 7-5. You expect snow this time of year in Bloomington, Minnesota at Metropolitan Stadium. What you didn't expect was action like this. San Francisco unexpectedly 10-0 lead at halftime. Second half kickoff by Fred Cox of the Vikes. The ball finally picked up by Davey Williams, the rookie from Colorado. That's Davey Williams, not Delvin Williams. The wedge gave him the hole he needed. Look at him go. 80 yards in all. Touchdown. And unbelievably, the 49ers had sprung to a 17-0 lead over the Vikes. That wasn't all. This action, midway in the third quarter, the score still 17-0. Claybo punting for the Vikes. Again, Davey Williams. This will look like an instant replay. It's not really. The first one was for 80 yards and a touchdown. He got a hole right there. He cut to his right there. It seemed he was gone again, but no, they downed him on the Vikes' 5-yard line. That set up a Delvin Williams touchdown 2 plays later. And the 49ers had an apparently invincible 24-0 lead. Things happen in football. Fourth quarter, 11:30 left, 24-7 now the score. Tommy Kramer, the rookie from Rice, hits Ahmad Rashad touchdown. That made it 24-14. Now, onside kick recovered by the Vikes. Led to Tommy Kramer again, passing to Bob Tucker for 9 yards. Touchdown, 24-21. Watch this. Next kickoff. Vikings in onside kick formation. The ball kicked forward. Recovered by Tony Leonard, the second-year man from Virginia Union, and he can scamper. Watch him go. This looked like the positive end for the Vikings, but not even this could cost the Vikings the game yesterday. They were destined, apparently, to win. That run set up a field goal. 27-21 San Francisco. 1:30 left in the game. Tommy Kramer back to pass. Deep downfield.
to the second-year man from Grambling State, Sammy White, number 85. Touchdown, one of the incredible games of this or any other season. The Vikings won it 28-27, stay one game ahead of the Bears in the NFC Central. Probably, with most people, the coach of the year. Denver going against Houston. Miller's Chargers, the Broncos. Second quarter action, 7-0 Houston. But Craig Morton, who certainly is the comeback player of the year, fires and hits Riley Odom, the tight end. That made it 7-7. 58 seconds left in the first half. The score 7-7. Once again, Craig Morton. And he will throw to the man who might be the most valuable player on the Broncos, Rick Upchurch. Touchdown, 14-7, a Denver lead. Morton was 13 of 22. He was out most of the second half with a sprained shoulder. Midway in the third quarter, Dan Pastorini with Houston trailing 17-7. Hits double zero, Kenny Burrow. That made it 17-14 in favor of Denver. Then late in the fourth quarter, Norris Weiss, second-year man from Mississippi. Too small, so many say. But you saw him right there, scooting in on a bootleg. 5 yards, touchdown. The
He likes to throw the backs. First and goal, 4-yard line. Roosevelt leaks back in, pulls ahead, bobbles the ball in the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Morris Thomas, touchback. Miami gets out of trouble. Oh, boy.
We have seen a goodly number of mistakes here tonight, and it's not easy for Marcia Broda, whom you just glimpsed, to live with that. Great sustained drive by the Colts, only to have it perish with a bumper.
Don't believe I've seen Roosevelt leaks in tonight either, have I? Just carrying that ball loosely when you're in short yardage, you can't carry it like that. Norris Thomas, big. From the 49.
I'd always wanted to know that.
Oh, boy.
Okay. The Premium really rushed that kick. He got to it immediately. Now the crowd is booing Garrow.
And Baltimore will get possession at the 31-yard line.
Oh, Garrow's got...
Again, Leroy Harris must recall
they
he's being pummeled by the bettors on the sidelines.
Missed him right there.
In their rookie show, they threw him in the pool because he didn't know his team's fight song. Now they're all over him on the bench, and look at this run.
In Dolphin history, look at that.
Cutting back, missing Nelson Muncie. He was the last man with the shot. Tom McLeod couldn't catch him. Miami extends their lead. We'll be right back.
Lyle Blackwood.
Well, you had actually two guys that missed him back in the backfield, but that Blackwood, where is he coming? Where is he?
He was the last guy shook off.
I'm sorry, I didn't see that one. Now, McLeod's been chasing him since back into secondary. Be sure to be with us next week for ABC's NFL Monday Night Football as the Dallas Cowboys meet the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific time over most of these ABC stations.